Aditya and I were returning from the site of our new factory at Deodharganj. We were driving along National Highway 40. We had reached a point where the road bifurcated. If we drove 10 kilometers along the road that branched off to the right, we would reach Brahmapur. Are you interested in revisiting the place of your birth, which you left after passing the matriculation examination from the local school to continue your studies in Kolkata?
When I left our ancestral house 29 years ago, the house was almost 200 years old. I doubt if even the school building, which may have undergone many changes, will be recognizable anymore. Trying to revive old childhood memories may be disappointing. I wish to visit Nagan Uncle's tea shop, if it still exists, and have a cup of tea there.
So we took the turning to the right and decided to drive to Brahmapur, of which Aditya's ancestors were once the zamindars. Aditya's father had left the ancestral home and moved to Kolkata, where he had set up his own business. After his death, Aditya was looking after it, and I was his friend and business partner. It was the month of Magha, that is, January, February by the English calendar, the middle of winter. By my watch, it was 3:30 in the afternoon. The sun was soothing. On either side of the road were paddy fields as far as the eye could see. Harvest was over, and there had been a good crop that year. After about 10 minutes, we came to the local school. Beyond the iron gates were the playing field and the two-storied school building. Is everything still the same?
Our school used to be one-storied, and a new building has come up, which wasn't there.
Were you not a good student?
Yes, but my position was always a second.
We decided to go and have tea at Nagan Uncle's tea shop, which stood next to a grocery shop and opposite a temple dedicated to Lord Shiva. Soon we caught sight of Nagan's tea cabin written on a signboard over the shop. The owner of the tea shop, now over 60, a little rustic in appearance, with his white, neatly combed hair and clean look, was the same as before.
Where did you come from?
Deodharganj. We are on our way to Kolkata.
Why are you here?
To have tea at your shop. Give us 2 nankatai each.
There was only one other customer sitting at a corner table, neither eating nor drinking tea, but sitting with his head bent as though he were sleeping. "Mr. Sanyal, go home. It's already 4 p.m. Other customers will be coming soon." He's a little hard of hearing and cannot see well either, but he has no money to buy spectacles. From his reaction to this speech, I began to wonder whether Mr. Sanyal was not a little crazy as well, because suddenly he stood up, stretched himself, and raising his lean right arm and with eyes dilated, began to recite a poem by Tagore, Panyaraksha.
My fleeting day.
Having recited the poem, he left the place making the gesture of namaste with his hands to nobody in particular. I noticed a sudden change in Aditya's expression.
What's wrong? Who is the gentleman, and what does he do?
His name is Sasanka Sanyal. What can be done? He leads a cursed life. Gone crazy, I think, but has not forgotten any incident of the past. Sold his lands to get his only daughter married. He lost his wife and only son last year. Since then, he is somewhat changed, not really normal.
Where does he stay?
He stays with a friend of his father's, Jogish Kabiraj. Sasanka comes here, has tea and biscuits, and always remembers to pay, having an acute sense of self-respect. But how long things will remain like this? I don't know.
Having paid our bill and ascertained the location of Jogesh Kabiraj's house, we got into the car. Aditya was at the wheel. He expressed the wish to visit his house. So you do want to see your house after all. It has become essential to do so. His nerves seemed overwrought for some reason. We soon reached the house, which was surrounded by high walls. Even from the ruins, one could easily imagine how grand it must have been once upon a time. We entered the building, climbed up the stairs, and reached the attic on the second floor of the house. This was my favorite room. The attic has always been a favorite with children. It is in the attic that the child seems to be in a world of its own. A portion of a wall of the attic had crumbled down, and through the window that had been created, we could see the sky, the fields, a part of the spire of the old temple. In the whole house, the attic had probably been the worst hit by wind and weather. The floor was strewn with twigs and straw and pigeon droppings. Among other things, there was a broken cricket bat, the remains of an armchair, and a wooden packing case. Aditya got on top of the packing case and pushed his hand inside the ventilator, thus upsetting a sparrow's nest, a part of which fell to the ground. However, he heaved a sigh of relief when he had got what he had been looking for. What is it? You'll get to know very soon. We next went to a jeweler's to find out the weight of the article. The jeweler remarked that it was an antique. Our next stop was the house of Jogesh Kabiraj. Though I was a little curious, I didn't ask Aditya anything. We entered the house and went to the room where Sasanka Sanyal stayed. Sasanka uncle was busy reciting verses from Tagore.
May we come in?
No one visits me.
Would you mind if we come in?
Come in.
Except for a tarpoy, there was nothing else to sit on, so we remained standing.
Do you remember Aditya Narayan Chowdhury?
Of course. The spoiled child of affluent parents was a fairly good student, but could never beat me. He was extremely jealous of me, and he used to tell lies.
I know. This is for you from Aditya.
What is it?
Money.
Money? How much money?
150 rupees. I will be happy if you accept it.
Shall I laugh or cry? Aditya has given me money? Why this sudden generosity?
Man does change with time. Perhaps Aditya is not the same Aditya as before.
A change? I got the prize. He could not bear it. He took it from me to show his father and never returned it to me. Said that there was a hole in his pocket and it had fallen through it.
This is the price of the medal. It is yours.
That could not be more than 5 rupees. It was a silver medal.
Silver is now 30 times costlier than before.
Really? I had no news of that. But
Sasanka uncle looked at the 150 rupee notes in his hand and then looked at Aditya. There was a completely new expression on his face.
Aditya, this smacks too much of charity, doesn't it?
I had recognized you at Nagan Uncle's tea shop by that mole on your right cheek. I could see you had not recognized me, so I recited the same poem that I had recited on the prize-giving day on purpose, so that you may remember. Then, when you came to visit me, I couldn't help venting my anger on you.
You have done the right thing. Your grievances are absolutely justified. But I will be happy if you accept the money.
No, money will soon be spent. I would have preferred to have the medal if it were possible. I would have forgotten that unpleasant incident of my childhood.
So the medal that had been hidden in the attic for 29 long years was eventually restored to its owner.
Subscribe to Score Max Tamil channel.